up, gang? Wine time. Today has been a very interesting day. I have had to push through a lot. There is this project that I'm working on that I wanted to get done, as you may have seen from a couple of videos ago. There's this project that I've been trying to get done that required a little bit of finesse today. What a beautiful backdrop I've got. Like, look at that. That's beautiful. So I needed to really lean into that, and it was not something that I particularly wanted to do, but I knew that it was going to produce a better product. Ultimately, it was going to be a better product for you guys, the people who were going to be purchasing it, so I knew that I had to do it. I banged it out in about an hour, which was great. You know, to be able to do something like that as quickly as that was really phenomenal, considering how long it took me the first time. But that was a real lean-in factor for me, and I'm really glad that I did it. In addition to that, here's my wine, so you know. In addition to that, had another business of mine that had a very interesting event occur today. And I had been advising my team on essentially how to progress in this. And I'm not going to give too many details because it's kind of a sensitive issue at the moment. But essentially, I said, your energy, you control your state, okay? So there's, like within my body, I've got energy. And then outside in the, all these leaves, they have an energy. And there is a certain type of photography that you can see the energy that is within something. It's called Kirlian photography. And you essentially snap a picture of it. And doctors used to use this Kirlian photography in order to determine the life force of some of their patients to gauge their likelihood of recovery. Really interesting. And now they have more sophisticated ways of doing things, so they don't really use Kirlian photography anymore because they have a whole lot more sensors. But the bottom line is, what that Kirlian photography did is it showed you the energy. It shows you the energy of something, the atmosphere, the system, the field, as Joe Dispenza would call it, the universe. Okay, but inside. Because to you, I'm just another part of the system. And to me, so are you. So everybody has been made with this same energy. It's just like what Einstein said. Everything is energy. And we're all made of the same stuff. So within me, what I have is this cognitive brain. And through my brain, through my will, I can determine what my state is going to be. Now, my state, as Tony Robbins says, whoever is more confident is going to be the one who dominates the interaction, right? And so if I determine myself that I am the dominant one in the situation, then my state is going to be a more elevated state. So that way, when your energy and my energy, or my energy and the rest of the world's energy, has a conversation, then essentially I will always have the advantage. And this is something that you can use. This is something that you can determine for yourself. And I had given my team, and it's not a dominant subservient thing. It's not a dominant, it's not that. When I say dominant, what I mean is someone who is in complete control of themselves. Okay? Because we're all just floating around, bumping into one another, having these kind of interactions, and the person who is most disciplined with themselves, it requires physical dominance over yourself. When I say dominance, what I mean is I am dominant over myself, and therefore I am dominant over the energy that I put out. I'm dominant regarding the meeting that you and I are going to have. Okay? And I taught my team this, and I gave them instructions for how they were to behave during this event. And it was really, really surreal because what should have happened didn't. reality was actually altered as a result of their, and when I say reality was altered, I mean it. I don't mean that facetiously. I don't mean as in, wow, it took a really different turn than we might have expected, but it was pretty much right on line. I'm saying that A should have happened, Exhibit A should have happened, and Exhibit Z happened, as in totally unrelated. Could not have anticipated that happening. We were ready for contingents A, B, and C, and contingent Z happened. Totally unrelated. Which is very interesting. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Because this is something that unless you are aware of what's going on, if you're aware of how your energy interacts with the rest of the world and how we're all made up of the same stuff, and unless you are already kind of learned in that, this might sound really strange and stupid. But I will say that it goes in a progression that you ultimately are questing after the dominance of your physical self. Because if you can dominate your physical self, then you have the ability to dominate your physical state, your physiological state. If you can dominate your state, then you can dominate the transfer of energy from you to everything else in the world. And if you can dominate that, then, as Louise Hay says, the advantage is always mine. That's an affirmation that she says. The advantage is always mine. I will always be at an advantage. And that's a really powerful place to be. So, I hope that I have been in focus this time, because I am just loving this whole, with the shirt. This is a new shirt, by the way. My wife got me this shirt. I like this shirt. And then, look at the wine. And look at the backdrop back there. We're missing a greenhouse. There used to be a greenhouse back there. We got this little arbor of vines that just goes nuts in summer. It's just such a beautiful place. The world is a beautiful place. And I am in a totally wonderful space because I determined myself to be so. Because everything that occurs to me is further evidence that I am happy, healthy, and wealthy. And you will see that if you watch back on some of my other videos. You will see that. I'm happy, healthy, and wealthy. So, what are you going to decide today? What have you decided about your interaction with the rest of the world? What have you decided is actually going to be the outcome? Because it's you decide, then you act, then you feel. As opposed to the other way around. Okay? Probably think I'm a crackpot right now. But, hey, for you woke people out there, it's all making sense. Alright? I'll see you later.